Now we go to 126. This is one where, even though Paul Glynn is undefeated here, one would have to say that Iowa State expects to win because Bill Kelly's ranked second in the country.
Yes, he only has one loss and is a veteran. Glynn has basically not wrestled very much for Iowa and is a good thrower. Will try to use his upper body attack.
But Glynn will be aggressive. It's easy to be aggressive when you have a big crowd, a huge crowd here at Carver Hawkeye Arena behind him.
Got stuck in the eye right there, one of those.
Glynn has one knee heavily taped, you can see in the white.
Well, he has a good low-level attack, but he'd like to be up here. He'd like to be in this position. Under an arm, over an arm, be effective with the throws, but he can go low if he needs to.
Unnecessary roughness is called by Henning against Paul Glynn. He told him hand in the face, thumb in the eye, and that's an unusual call.
Yes, it is. It might have been harder than he anticipated. You know, sometimes when you reach your hand out there for a fake, the man is closer than you anticipate, or he might be moving in, and then you actually slap him or hit him harder than you had really expected to in the first place. That time he was penalized a point with it.
So it's 1-0 Kelly. Iowa won the first match 10-8. Matt Eglin starts. Here's Glynn in on the leg.
He's got it tight.
Double now.
He's got good height on that. He's got up off the mat. He's his strength inside.
And a takedown for Glynn. Boy, I'll tell you, this is one that Iowa State knows they have to get. And the Iowa crowd and the Iowa coaching staff is up on his feet too here as Glynn goes into that crossbody ride.
Well, he had a cradle lock for a period of time, but just couldn't quite get his leg free in order to roll him over.
Return him. Escape. You want some ice or anything on that? Okay.
Referee Phil Henning is looking at the eye of Kelly. As a matter of fact, it is swollen. He asked him if he wanted to put some ice on the eye.
Are you all right?
He's ready to go. Look at that record, 96%.
Isn't that outstanding?
I know it was an accident, but still got called. Okay.
You heard the official say that perhaps that I know it was a mistake, but I had to call it because you can't be unnecessarily rough.
2-2 with Kelly's escape. So we're back tied again. Now Kelly has the head and arm control from the top, front headlock.
Well, they pulled him down into that, snapped him down into it, and now he's trying to run him, has a chance to maybe throw him off it. What his objective is to either pull a man in away from his base or run him in a circle around himself and then try to throw him by or torque him.
We have less than a minute to go, and Glynn got out of it. Nice job of defense by Paul Glynn.
Not very often you get out when a man moves you like that. That was a good offense and defense, both happened.
Well, you can tell that Paul Glynn he's ball fired up for this one.
Yes, he is.
The two top wrestling teams in the United States before one of those wonderful big crowds again. We're happy to see. This is at Iowa City's Carver Hawkeye Arena. It's a full house. We'll get the audience total for you later on, I'm sure. Kelly and Glynn, 2-2 in the first period with just a few seconds left.
We saw Kelly almost pull Glynn off balance there again. That's one of the things that Glynn has to worry about in this position. He's kind of taking away his offense right now by doing that.
All that happened out of bounds.
A nice throw, though, wasn't it?
Keep your back on the edge.
There's the end of the period. 2-2. Glynn of Iowa on the left, Kelly on the right. Some of the people here in this big arena.
There may be two of the only empty seats.
Those are the current rankings, and Iowa has beaten Penn State and Oklahoma, and Northern Iowa, I believe. Iowa State has beaten everybody else.
They wrestle, that's right. Now he's got him caught on that head and arm, or front headlock is what they call this. And what he tries to do now is either pull his man away from his base in, or tries to run him around him. And you hear the referee counting. He's saying either improve that thing or you're going to be warned for stalling with it.
Stalemate sends him back to the center again with 1:35 to go in the second period.
Well, he stalemated that one, but if he gets in there frequently, then he'll call that man for stalling because he's controlling it.
Bill Kelly has placed twice in the Big Eight, never has won. And Glynn, after being around Iowa's program for 3 years, he's showing you what he can do in his big chance, and he has just taken Bill Kelly down for the second time.
There's that cradle.
He has a cradle and let it go. Tough rise by Glynn. Kelly trying to pull him over the top.
What he's trying to do is he's trying to pull down on that arm and get Glynn upside down, maybe expose his back.
Stalemate is called by Phil Henning. With 48 seconds to go, it's a 4-2 match in favor of Paul Glynn. Well, he hasn't lost this year. He's only had 5 matches, but he's out there to prove it's no fluke.
That's right. He's doing a great job against a real outstanding wrestler. He has a little bit of size difference, I think, that we see. Even though they weigh the same, he's got a little bit more range than Kelly.
Kelly gets to his feet.
This is where he wants to be. He can't get tipped.
Good ride by Glynn.
He's following him nicely.
Kelly's tried a couple of switches, and neither one of them has been good switches. Now Glynn is in on the leg again.
You see his toe locking that other leg out.
We have only 15 seconds to go.
Now he does have the cradle locked again. You can see his hands right through there. He has that lock, and if he can get the hips high, he can maybe take him on through in it. Now he locked the lock right there.
But there's almost no time for Kelly to get the point. The period ended with Glynn on top, and he has almost 2 minutes of riding time.
And this is the spot where Kelly does his best, is on top. He's going to be interesting to watch it. You can see a big red welt right under his eye.
Yeah, the crowd is booing, but they can't see the swelling under the eye of Kelly.
They're starting to have some blood come into that area, and so it's starting to swell. So it's definitely is something that's bothering him.
But Kelly, in order for Iowa State to get into a bad situation here, is going to have to find some way to pull this out. There you see Paul Glynn, because the Cyclones knew they had to win in the lower weights.
That's right, and he's got his work cut out for him right now, because of course Iowa U gets to coach their athlete, and they're going to be trying to get that athlete up out of there.
Paul Glynn. I think they're going to start. I think they're going to start Kelly on the bottom. Randall will be next at 134 for the Hawks, ranked number 1 against Jeff Gibbons.
Kelly did choose down.
He never seemed to be terribly concerned about being in that cradle, but it certainly ate up a lot of time.
Yes, he might be concerned if he gets tipped with it, though.
So Glynn, Kelly starts down, trailing by 2 here at 126 pounds. Iowa won the opener 10-8. Eglin over Summit. And again, Kelly's trying to get out.
He also has riding time against him, so
that's right. Now Kelly is out, 4-3. Escape. Kelly has a 2-on-1 tie-up.
Right now, Kelly has to get a takedown just to get a tie, because Glenn's riding time is so great.
That's right. There's no really not any way you can erase that riding time as far as I can see. And Glynn comes in on the leg again. A big move by Glynn. He's going to try to go somewhere with his single leg.
Well, what he's going to do is he's going to maintain his position here for a while until he can free that arm or get up. He wants height first. He had a better spot a little while ago. Now he's not in real good shape here.
Except that Kelly's not going anywhere.
Well, last time Kelly tried to do this too soon. He tried to get in here and do this. What he's trying to do right now is put him in what we call a basket. Straighten his leg out, stretch him out, and tip him upside down with it.
Stalemate.
And when he did that the last time, Doug, Glynn adjusted so well that he jumped all the way across him and got a takedown himself.
Well, Glynn has the right idea. He's doing the shooting. You can't take him down when he's taking you down.
That's right. Now he's got better position. Or he gets his head up right. It's better position. You can see Kelly with the ankle pick. Now this is where Glynn would like to be. In, no ankle tied up.
Again, stalemate. This could be a major upset here. Glynn is up by 1, but actually 2 because of the riding time. And Kelly finally made a move before Glynn did, but it was a little bit too short.
And the official just said you have to improve that single leg or I'll warn you for stalling.
He got in on it. Again. Terrific match wrestled by Paul Glynn, and Kelly is in desperate straits here with only 20 seconds to go.
He's got a leg posted out to the side so he can't tip him with that quarter Nelson. Then hop all the way across.
And it's Kelly on the bottom end of a last-minute flurry by Glynn, and a big upset for the Hawks at 126 pounds. There's a happy Hawkeye clan for a big win by Glynn over Bill Kelly, ranked second at 126.